Hello, everybody. This is Anne speaking. Welcome. We're going to get started right now with the Access the Vote event. So first of all, my name again is Anne Y. Kwong, she, her pronouns, and I get the pleasure of being one of the coordinators of our UC Berkeley Disability Cultural Community Center. We say DCC for short here. So welcome to the Access the Vote event. And then I have lots of folks here that made it happen, including the Staff Alliance for Disability Access volunteers, my colleague Rachel, and also the entire ROV office and some other guest presenters as well that will be sharing information with you all today. In addition, I wanted to start with a few housekeeping items before we officially begin. For folks who would be able to access live captions, they should be enabled already. And if not, you should be able to adjust them using the Zoom toolbar and get it activated. We are most likely going to save questions until the end of the presentation so that y'all have more time to ask them both in the chat as well as have the opportunity to share them out loud if folks are interested. We have a mix of folks joining us both virtually over Zoom as well as some folks in the physical DCC Center space as well. Please be sure to do what you need for self-care. We recognize today is a little warm/hot. So if you need a moment to take a drink, take a rest, eat a snack, do what you need to stay engaged, present, and take care of your own personal well-being, because that is super important. If folks are encountering any access barriers on Zoom, please feel free to chat the host. And if folks are encountering any access barriers in person, please feel free to reach out to myself or Rachel, but mostly Rachel. I'm just joking. We are also recording this event today for archival purposes, and it may also be shared publicly with folks in the near future who could not join us today. Typically at Berkeley, we also like to acknowledge that the Berkeley campus benefits from and sits on the territory of the Huchen, the ancestral and unceded land of the Chochenyo-speaking Ohlone people, the successors of the sovereign band of Alameda County. This land was and continues to be of great importance to the Muwekma Ohlone tribe and their familial descendants of the Verona band. This land acknowledgement was co-created with the Muwekma Ohlone tribe, a Native American Development Center. And we want to ensure that we pay respects to folks whose land we are occupying today. So again, I wanted to thank all of you, in addition to our volunteers, for being here and to participate on this very important topic: increasing election accessibility and building civic engagement. What do we do as disabled people to ensure that we can access the vote, right? Our voice matters. We are also part of both society at large and constituents. So we wanted to take this opportunity to not only share resources of how folks can access the vote, also highlight some other disability initiatives around campus and the nation. There are other folks out there doing great work around increasing accessibility, such as the Rev Up the Vote campaign by APD and the CRIP the Vote hashtag, originating from the Disability Visibility Project. We also wanted to share that October happens to also be National Disability Employment Awareness Month and DEEM, which really celebrates the contributions of what disabled folks can bring into the workforce as part of greater diversity. In addition, the Berkeley campus celebrates Disability Awareness Month on this university campus, because October is also White Cane Day and Disability Mentoring Day. So there's also a lot of great initiatives going on in general around increasing awareness to disability matters and that disability is part of the greater diversity. So without further ado, I'm going to transition and introduce the next part of the presentation, which we are super excited and privileged to have the registrar voter from the Alameda County team join us. So I'm going to yield the floor to them. Thank you for being here, and go ROV team.
Good morning, everyone. This is Cynthia Cornejo, and I'm the Deputy Registrar of Voters, and my pronouns are she, her. We're going to start today with the introduction to our slide presentation. On the screen, we have a slide that lists the introduction and the various topics that we will be discussing. First, the ROV mission statement, vote centers, election worker training, ROV election equipment demonstration video for our ballot marking device. Excuse me, our remote accessible vote by mail, or otherwise known as RAVBM. It's a demonstration video. Voter information guide, our outreach and education through our community engagement, our ballot drop stop tour, and our AC vote on the go. On the screen, we're showing a photograph of the Alameda County Courthouse and Lake Merritt. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Our mission statement at the Registrar of Voters is always to encourage all eligible residents to exercise their right to vote, conduct elections in a fair, accurate, and efficient manner that inspires the public's confidence in the county elections process, maintain a continuous professional level of service to the public, develop new techniques to improve outreach services, which acknowledge the diversity of Alameda County. Our mandated services in the Registrar of Voters Department is responsible for providing state mandated services that include voter registration, vote by mail, voter outreach and education, candidate services, and election services. The Registrar of Voters Department is responsible for conducting statewide, local, and special elections for the County of Alameda. And I will now hand it over.
Thank you, Cynthia. My name is David Pink. I'm an election division manager with Alameda County Registrar of Voters. My pronouns are he, him. I'm here to talk about vote centers. So on the screen, we have a slide entitled Vote Centers with an image of several of our ballot marking device touchscreen booths set up for a training. So with the vote centers, we have more days open. So we have 20 vote centers that open for 11 days, including election day. We have 80 additional vote centers that open for 4 days, including election day, giving us a total of 100 vote centers available to the voters of Alameda County. We offer same-day registration at the vote centers, so you can register and vote the same day at any vote center. We have poll pads, which is a fairly new development. We use those instead of paper rosters. This means that voters are not assigned to one location to vote. We can find a person's name throughout the county, so there's less provisional ballots. We have ballot on demand, so anyone can go to vote at any vote center and still vote on their correct ballot. At each location, we have 6 ballot marking devices that are available for voters to vote on. And this is a second slide with regard to vote centers. It is titled Vote Centers and has an image of a voter sitting in a chair in front of a ballot marking device with headphones on and using the audio tactile interface. So under accessibility, all locations are accessible. There are available accessible supplies, including magnifying sheets, pen grips, and signature guides. The touchscreen itself has accessible features, including language options, and text size can be adjusted. The contrast can be adjusted, and there is audio ballot available. There is also an audio tactile interface, an ATI, which has accessible controls. So I'm now going to pass you over to my colleague who will talk about training.
Thank you very much. My name is Ricardo Reynoso. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm here to talk about election worker training today. In the presentation, an image is depicted of election workers in a classroom setting. The election workers are sitting down, listening to the presentation from the class instructor. For election worker training, it consists of a 3-hour in-person training, mostly with hands-on activities, including hands-on training on the accessible ballot marking touchscreen. Aside from that, there is also a 1-hour online training that election workers go through. And if the election worker is a bilingual election worker, they will also take an additional 30-minute online training in their assessed language. Next up, we will have a video demonstrating the ballot marking touchscreen.
To use the ballot marking touchscreen, place the poll worker card in the slot below. Enter the voter's precinct to activate. Select the voter's preferred language. Now the voter can use the ballot marking touchscreen. You can scroll up and down using the buttons on the screen. You can either select the available candidates on the screen or easily type in a write-in candidate. You can either press Next or Previous to go through each race, or use the toolbar above. You can change text size as you're voting. Change the color of the screen to a high contrast mode. Or change the language if you prefer to do so. Once finished, you can review your selections. Press Print Ballot when you're finished. A single piece of paper will come out containing a QR code with your selections. This single piece of paper is the ballot. This ballot must be deposited in the turquoise trolley. To use the ATI, the audio tactile interface, place the poll worker card in the slot below, enter the voter's precinct, and then select Enable AVS Controller. Select the voter's preferred language. You can either select the privacy mask on or off. Press ATI. A pop-up screen will indicate what buttons to use. The voter will listen through the headphones and make selections using the ATI controller.
Next, we'll talk about Remote Accessible Vote by Mail, otherwise known as RAVBM. The Remote Accessible Vote by Mail system allows voters to mark their ballot using the voter's own assistive technology in the comfort of their own home. And RAVBM is available to military and overseas voters 45 days before Election Day and to all voters starting 29 days before Election Day. RAVBM is translated in Alameda County's 5 main supported languages. These include English, Spanish, Tagalog, Chinese, and Vietnamese. And this system meets all accessibility requirements. Next, we have a video demonstration of RAVBM.
To access the Remote Accessible Vote by Mail or RAVBM system, voters will log into my voter profile at acvote.org/MVP and enter the following information: date of birth, California driver's license or ID number, and last 4 digits of their social security number. Click the Login button to continue. Click the Election tab and click the button under the Remote Accessible Vote by Mail section to continue to the RAVBM system. The RAVBM system allows the voter to easily switch between English, Chinese, Spanish, Vietnamese, and Tagalog. The voter is also able to reduce and increase the font size to their preferred preference. To get started, voters will click the Access My Ballot button. The voter will then review and certify they meet eligibility requirements and click the Continue button. On the ballot return package page, the voter will download and print the bilingual return package. This includes the voter instructions, voter oath, and the identification envelope. To begin marking their ballot, voters will click the Continue button. This will download the voter's RAVBM ballot to their local computer. The voter will mark their selections and then click the Continue button when finished. The next screen allows the voter to review their selections and also allows the voter to go back and make changes to their selections. After reviewing, the voter will click the Continue button to proceed to the next page. Print Your Choices page allows the voter to preview and print their RAVBM ballot. The voter will end the voting session by clicking the End Session button. To access the remote access.
Thank you. Now I'll hand it off to my colleague for the voter information guide.
Thanks, Miko. This is Cynthia again. I'm going to be discussing the voter information guide. And on our slide, we're showing a large print version and a regular sized version on the screen. So the Registrar of Voters now, or has actually been providing a large print voter information guides to voters with low vision. The large print voter information guide measures approximately 11 inches by 14 inches. And a regular voter guide measures about 8.5 by 11 inches. We executed this actually because of a meeting that we had with one of our partners, and one of the participants asked about a larger information guide that could be provided on request. And we were so happy to be able to work with our vendor to make this happen. We were the first in the county. I don't know if we do have any other counties in the state that provide this, but we're happy and so grateful that we were able to do this, and it seems to be quite popular. They're available on request. Like I said, it just provides more accessibility for voters with low vision. And I'll pass it on now. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Betty David, and my pronouns are she, her. I'm with the Registrar of Voters in Outreach Department, and here to talk to you about voter education. So on this slide, we have our lovely photo of our team working with the youth, engaging, answering questions, helping them to register, and also volunteer to become high school student poll workers. Outreach team strives to fulfill the Registrar of Voters' goal to promote voter education to all voting communities. Our team works with various communities and organizations in Alameda County, including disability, faith-based, language, senior, LGBTQ+, youth, and restored voters, which are formerly incarcerated. We also provide virtual voter registration training classes to many business partners, community organizations, and individuals throughout the year. Relentlessly educate youth voters, high schools, and community colleges to encourage their participation in upcoming election cycle. In the next slide, we are still on the subject of community outreach. Our team aims to maintain a strong presence in the community by attending more than 250 events annually, including various street festivals, farmers markets, special events upon request, neighborhood watch gatherings, events with community and faith-based organizations, and outreach efforts to unhoused and underserved communities. By conducting demonstrations of the accessible ballot marking touchscreens for all groups, Voting Accessibility Advisory Committee, which is our VAC committee, our Language Accessibility Advisory Committee, also known as LAC committee, senior citizens, and high school students. We provide informational materials that include answers to frequently asked questions about the Voters' Choice Act, important dates, and upcoming elections. We also conduct ballot drop-stop tours and AC Vote on-the-go services. In this slide, we are talking about the ballot drop-stop. We have a photo of our lovely team member who is retrieving the ballot from the voter driving up to the ballot drop stop. These are located all throughout the Alameda County in various cities. It's an easy way for us to basically assist our voters who are coming in to us and just dropping off their ballot. Our outreach team reaches out to all our local business partners to seek our central locations with high visibility where traffic would easily be able to flow through the area. Voters will be able to stop by and deposit their vote by mail ballot in the trolley without needing to park and exit their vehicle. Ballot drop stop tour is in at least one location in every city of Alameda County for 2 to 3 days. Next up, we have our slide for AC Vote on the Go. And there's a lovely picture of me with our voter who I've assisted. We dropped a ballot at her house and she was very thankful and grateful and she wanted to take a photo with me. The program partners with facilities such as hospitals, assisted living centers, rehabilitation centers, senior centers, centers for independent living, also known as SIL, and other community organizations to help individuals exercise their right to vote. 2 members of the outreach teams are assigned to assist voters with the following services: delivering, reading, marking, and returning vote by mail ballot to voters who are hospitalized, disabled, or confined to their homes due to a medical emergency. Voters requiring this service must contact our office to schedule an appointment and receive more information. AC Vote on the Go program is available upon request 29 days before an election. Voters can call the Registrar of Voters office at 510-272-6973 or email onthego@acgov.org to sign up for the On the Go program. Thank you all very much. I'll pass it to the next.
This is Cynthia Cornejo again. On the slide, we have our contact information for the Registrar of Voters office, which we also can provide to anyone who would need this information outside of the presentation. So we have a toll-free voter assistance hotline number, which is also available in the 14 languages. We have specific phone numbers for each of the languages, but our general number is 1-800-834-6454. Again, 1-800-834-6454. We're located at the Renee C. Davidson Courthouse in downtown Oakland. Our physical address is 1225 Fallon Street, room G as in George 1 in Oakland, California, 94612. Our email, if you'd like, you could email us at vca@acgov.org. Again, vca@acgov.org. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, X at ACVote, and we're at acvote.org. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all. On our screen, we're showing various photos of posts to our social media accounts that have tagged us by voters who are proudly displaying their I voted stickers. And we also have captions from some of the posts. Thank you at AC Vote for making voting easy and accessible. I just wanted to give a shout out to the amazing people at the AC Vote who answered my millions of annoying emails kindly and quickly. I really, really want to make sure my vote is counted and you make it happen and calm me down. So this is just the things that we love to see, that we are making or providing support and services to all voters in all communities within Alameda County. And just want to say thank you all for voting and for allowing us to provide you more information.
Hello, everyone. This is Ann speaking again. Amazing. Thank you so much, ROV of Alameda County team, for the informative presentation. For folks who are physically in the space with us, we actually have all of the machines and equipment that you all experienced in the video, so you all can play/participate in a voting party with us after all of the structured presentations, so you can experience them yourselves in person. So I also wanted to transition now to the next part and to our next guest speaker, Ariana, who is the program manager with the YWCA Berkeley and Oakland areas. Take it away, Ariana.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Ariana, and I am one of the program managers at the YWCA of Oakland, Berkeley. And we are here to talk about our Get Out the Vote initiative that we are hosting this fall. So let's hop right into it. So Before I go into specifically what Get Out the Vote is, to give a little bit of context for the YWCA and the programs that we host. So the YWCA Berkeley Oakland is located on Bancroft, right over there between Panda Express and the Bakar Institute. And we have been in that building since the 1950s. Now, the branch of the YWCA in Berkeley, Oakland has existed in Berkeley for 136 years. We just celebrated our anniversary. So we've spent a lot of time building our roots into the communities and ensuring that our programs are evolving to match the needs of the communities we serve. So I am very proud to represent the YWCA. And with that said, one of our largest programs is our advocacy program, where this fall we are hosting our Get Out the Vote initiative. So the purpose of our initiative is to empower young, female identifying and/or gender expansive voters by making voter registration and pre-registration not only accessible, but engaging as well. There is a lot of information about the election. There's a lot of misinformation as well, so much so that sometimes it may feel overwhelming and it may feel like our voice is not heard, especially seeing history and some of the events that have occurred and the fight that we have gone through to protect our right to vote and to ensure that we can enter political spaces to vote. So a part of our initiative is to ensure people feel confident in their opinions and making sure they know where to go to find the nonpartisan information to ensure they know who they want to vote for and they're excited to participate in the system. So if you can click next, just to review our three main goals, it's to increase 2024 election and voter resource accessibility and engagement. Accessibility has always been at the core of the work at the YWCA. Our building, even though it was built in the 1950s, still includes a lot of amazing accessibility features, such as a ramp, such as automatic opening doors. Our front doors automatically open. We also have a private restroom. We have signage all over our building that includes Braille to ensure that you are able to read where you are navigating throughout the building, right? So we ensure that on an annual basis, we continue developing our features and we grow to ensure that every community member feels welcome, seen, and supported by our building. And then lastly, like I said, generating confidence, and then including at the end of everything, we have an unbiased survey that we are sharing throughout our initiative to ensure that we hear and understand how you feel about the upcoming election, resources that you may need to make voting a little bit easier, and then any feedback you can give us to ensure that we are consistently growing, to make sure we are consistently growing to your needs. So let's move forward. So what are we doing in Get Out the Vote? Well, first and foremost, we're hosting informational events. So just like this presentation here, we are hosting inspiring and informative talks from speakers to encourage civic participation. And one of those ways is by hosting a panel on October 19th from women and activists within the Berkeley and Oakland community to give them a platform to share their opinions about the upcoming propositions. So for example, we share the proposition name, the context, what a yes vote means, what a no vote means, that context being completely nonpartisan. And then we host women from our community to share their opinions so we can highlight the diverse set of feelings people may feel, and then how you may be able to vote to align your beliefs with your ballot, right? And then moving forward, we are doing a lot of local outreach to high schools, community colleges, and resource centers, just like the DCC. And we are partnered with various organizations such as Voters Choose Berkeley, the League of Women Voters, the Oakland Unified School District, Gen X Resource Center, and Voices of the Bay Area. So our goal was to partner with organizations who have similar missions and are doing similar outreach to ensure that we can get to as many people as possible, to instill confidence in as many people as possible. And then last but not least, we are also a polling center from October 25th to November 5th. So all of our programming, our workshops, and all the nonpartisan resources we are giving out all lead up to the fact that we are a polling center in Berkeley for 11 days. Now, every other polling center in Berkeley as a city is only open for 4 days, but we are open for 11 days to include folks who maybe do not have the flexibility to go vote on a weekday. They now also have the option to vote on a weekend. So we are very proud to be one of these centers hosting that. But now let's talk about the features we will have available at our polling center. So what's in it for you? Well, yeah, move forward. Well, here are some of the features that we have available. So first, we have seated voting options. We will have seated polling stations in our building and seating available throughout our building for people to be able to sit down if there is a line that forms on election day. Not only that, we will also have volunteers as placeholders in your line. If the line happens to become long, we will ensure that you save your spot and that you are able to cast your ballot when you do come in to vote. Secondly, we will have translators in over 7 different languages, from Chinese to Spanish to Tagalog to Vietnamese. We will ensure that if English is not your first language, we will ensure that you understand the ballot that you are filling out and that you are comfortable with the information that you are including as you are filling out the ballot. Next, we have signage throughout our building directing voters to accessible entrances, drop-off locations, the restrooms, and the seated areas throughout our building. Next, we have a ramp in the front of our building, which creates an accessible entrance both in and out of our building, as well as automated front doors. We also have restrooms. Like I said, we have an accessible private bathroom and door assistance, as well as a wayfinder, because unfortunately our accessible restroom does not have an automatic door, but we will have somebody there to open the door for you and assist you if need be. Right. So we will ensure that you have access to any part of our building as you are entering our polling place. And then lastly, if we will have readers provided by the state available to ensure that you have support in reading the ballot, any portion of the ballot, and that you know every single option that is available on the ballot. Now, the one disclaimer I would like to say is that these features are state provided. As the coordinator for the polling center at the YWCA, I am spending a lot of time in communication with the county to ensure all of these features are available and present, and that we have enough resources to support everybody who is there, no matter the amount of people that show up. So if you have a request outside of these features that will be present throughout the entire 11-day period, please let me know, or feel free to email me at the following information. If we can move forward. Yes, so feel free to email me here. My email is atavakoli@ywca-berkeley.org. We also have our phone number and address on the slide, and our website if you like any more information about our building as a resource center. We will also be tabling outside with my wonderful interns, Katie, Tinsay, and Maddie. We have more information about our nonpartisan resources. We have registration forms if you are interested in registering. And if you have any questions about our internship opportunities, please feel free to come and see us. We also have very cute stickers and free makeup, skincare, and hair care products that are meant to be given out to the community at no cost whatsoever. So again, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate your time. If you have any questions or any needs that you would like to talk about and have more support with, we are, again, right across the street. Our building is open 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and we would be happy to help you. It is so nice meeting everyone. I hope you have an amazing day.
Thank you so much, Ariana. Super informative information. So glad we have an accessible polling place that's nearby. And who could say no to skin and hair care products? So if you're not interested in voting access, at least visit the table to learn more about everything, including voting and freebies, right? So thank you so much. Next, I want to transition over and introduce Melissa Mayo, who is the Communications Director of the Alameda County Supervisor Keith Carson, District 5 office. And truly, Melissa has been amazing to work with and really helped connect us, the DCC, to various resources as well. Melissa, if I could share, you're also a Berkeley alum. Yay, go Bears. So Melissa, take it away.
Can you hear me? That worked. Okay, can everyone hear me? Okay, great. Thank you all for being here today. I'm really just here to thank our partners in this, especially the ROV, who worked really hard to coordinate all of this and bring you this presentation, as well as the DCC for reaching out to us and expressing their interest in coordinating this event. As Anne mentioned, I'm the Communications Director for Supervisor Keith Carson. My information is up on this first slide with a picture of my face without a mask on. And then if we could move to the next slide. Supervisor Carson represents District 5 in Alameda County. That includes the cities of Albany, Berkeley, Emeryville, Piedmont, and parts of Oakland that include West Oakland, Rockridge, Montclair, Grand Lake, and parts of the Fruitvale, Manzanita, and Diamond District neighborhoods. And so if you live in any parts of this part of Alameda County, Supervisor Carson is your supervisor. And if we could go to the next slide. Please contact us, reach out to us if we can ever be of assistance to you. If you have other questions about the upcoming election and you reached out to ROV, but you want to reach out to someone else as well, we can always be a resource for you. And our phone number is 510-272-6695. Our email address is supervisor.carson@acgov.org. And our website is district5@acgov.org. And there you can find many resources and you can find us on all social media platforms. We also have a scan me code on the slide, so you can scan that and go to our website as well. And in addition to any election issues, we're also a resource for any other county issues. If you're an IHSS user and you have problems with your IHSS, you can always reach out to us or any other county issue that might come up. So thank you so much again. And I'll move things back to Anne, I believe. So thank you. Oh, yes, of course. Thank you so much for reminding me. One last slide. We actually do have a really big event coming up this weekend. It's Emergency Preparedness Day. And it's for residents all throughout Alameda County, but mostly for District 5. It's going to be taking place at the Ed Roberts campus, just down the road on Adeline Street in Berkeley. It's free admission. And if you'd like to register, the website is tinyurl.com at ALCOEPD24. And you can also call us if you need help registering at 510-272-6695. It's going to be a great day from 10 to 2. We're going to have different resources at a resource fair about all the different ways you can get prepared for the next emergency, whether it be a fire, earthquake, or any other natural disaster that might occur. We'll have different workshops, including preparing your pets or your service animals for the next emergency as well. And we'll have free lunch. And we're giving away 300 go bags for the first 300 attendees. So please join us if you can. And also on the slide, there is a small Scan Me QR code where you can go straight to the registration page. So Hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Woo! Hopefully everyone is absorbing all of that information because all of it is fantastic and wonderful. Now that you've gotten some words and information from all of our community partners, we are almost reaching the end of our structured presentation that is scheduled for hybrid. And we're going to be transitioning soon to our voting party for folks who are joining us in person today. But before we do that, I wanted to introduce another quick presenter from the Labor Center. Sierra, if you're in the space, as I mentioned at the start of our event, October is also UC Berkeley's Disability Awareness Month. So I know our collaborators and partners at the Labor Center is also hosting wonderfully incredible events as part of this. So I'll turn it over to Sierra to share a little bit about what the Labor Center is doing for this month.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Anne. I'm going to use this mic if that's Oh, wow. Thank you. Look at this, providing you with resources. Incredible. Hi, everybody. My name is Sierra. My pronouns are they, them. I'm also a visually impaired person relatively recently, so I want to give a huge thanks to the folks who gave presentations. I'm here to volunteer, but I'm learning a lot, so thank you so much. The Labor Center will be hosting 2 workshops for NDEAM in collaboration with the DCC, so thank you so much. These are virtual workshops. You don't have to stay for the whole time. There's flyers at the front. One of the workshops will be on workplace safety from a disability perspective, so taking a look at how to keep yourself safe at work, especially as someone who might have additional needs to make sure that are being met. The other workshop will be on building inclusive workplaces. This October 10th is the workplace safety one. It's the big guy. It's because I forgot to print it on a small paper. And then the tiny paper is October 15th. This one will be focusing on being in community either as a disabled person or as an ally, and about building inclusive workplaces to advocate for yourself and for others to make spaces that are safer for all of us. Hope to see y'all there. If you have questions, you can find me. For those folks on Zoom, you can go to the Labor Center website, which is having a bad eye day today, so I can't read my own flyers. laborcenter.berkeley.edu. All right, thanks everybody. And thanks so much, Anne.
Hello, everyone. This is Anne again. Thanks so much for all of the information and the incredible work, ROV, the Labor Center, Melissa, and District 5 office, and YWCA, and also Staff Alliance for Disability Access. Without all of your knowledge and being in community today and volunteering, this event would not be possible. I also want to give a special thanks to all of the behind the scenes folks, the tech people, the folks providing captions, ASL, the access staff, which the work that you do is so incredibly important to ensuring that everyone, regardless of disability, is able to have the information needed to exercise our rights and our access and also our choice, because that's part of civic engagement, and everybody's feedback, opinion all matters. Speaking of feedback, we at the DCC, as well as some of our partners, have a feedback form and QR code. Would appreciate any suggestions you have about how did you find this event? Do you have any ideas about future things you would like to see? So thank you again for providing that feedback. And I think we are at time now, and I want to respect everyone's time. For folks who are in person, we're going to transition to the voting party / interacting with the equipment. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to all of our incredible community partners. And for folks who are on Zoom, most of you, if not already, have the DCC's contact information, which is just disabilityculture@berkeley.edu. Feel free to send us any questions or comments. And also, lastly, one event I wanted to share as well with the DCC is on October 17th. We have an employment half-day focused on disability, disclosure, disability access, and building your LinkedIn presence, concluding with a networking mixer with our disabled alumni and businesses. Thank you, everybody, for being here, for all of your incredible contributions, and happy National Disability Employment Awareness Month and Berkeley Disability Awareness Month. Thank you.